Remind us how exactly we got here. Why is Donald Trump getting rid of Pam Bondi? Why is it happening now?
I think Donald Trump had mounting frustration with Pam Bondi, and certainly the Epstein files were central to that. She made a couple of unforced errors. Early on, she invited some right-wing influencers to the White House. They paraded around with big binders, but it turned out there was very little in there that was new, and so that was disappointing. Even more importantly, at one point, Bondi said that she had a client list from Jeffrey Epstein that had to be quickly walked back and denied by officials. And we did hear last year Susie Wiles, the White House chief of staff, saying that Pam Bondi had whiffed it, that she'd made mistakes in the handling of the issue. And more generally, she really failed to neutralize the Epstein files. It's been politically damaging to Donald Trump with his base, and it's a saga that seemingly will not go away. I think the moral of the story is that even if you are a devout Trump loyalist and you swear allegiance in public, it's no guarantee that he will always remain loyal to you, because we did see Pam Bondi constantly praise Trump. The Justice Department right now even has a huge banner with Trump's face, and of course, when he asked Bondi to prosecute his political enemies, she certainly tried, with the likes of Letitia James, Attorney General in New York, and James Comey, former FBI director, but none of it was enough. And I think one other notable point here, we've now had two cabinet secretaries fired in the second Trump term, both of them women, Kristi Noem and Pam Bondi, in what is already the least diverse cabinet this century.
And David, on that note, we're just seeing here the last couple of minutes reports that Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth has asked the US Army Chief of Staff Randy George to step down and take immediate retirement. What more do we know about that at this stage?
I think we know very little. I mean, obviously, the first assumption would be, is this related to the war in Iran? Is it, for example, a signal that everything is not going as well as Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth have been telling us? And certainly there have been reports in US media that US bases in the region have taken a lot more damage than officials are admitting. Is this some kind of disagreement over prosecution of the war? Did this general refuse to enact certain orders? All very hard to say right now, but I think objectively any military analyst would say if a war is going successfully, you don't change that winning team. And if there is a high-profile dismissal like this, it suggests there is some trouble internally, and it'll be fascinating in the coming hours to find out more of the rationale for this.
Yes, events moving swiftly as ever in Washington. David, thanks so much for joining us. That's David Smith, the Washington Bureau Chief at The Guardian.
Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechahak Radash. Double honors to the elder apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well for teaching this word in truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. And peace and salutations to the sincere Akim that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity. To you, I say shalom. Just some latest news. Outside of the thousands of troops that are being sent to the so-called Middle East, you have total and utter confusion going on here in Babylon, where Nero's regime seems to be, dwindling. Every time, or every few months, this dude is he's cleaning the house. When people don't work as fast as he want, or they not getting, quote unquote, getting the job done, he's immediately letting them go. He might let you sit around for a bit, but he gonna let you go. The latest firing, was his little flunky, Attorney General Pat Bondi. She was supposed to really like suppress those Epstein files and get a few. It was a couple of people, I forgot the names, but she was supposed to get a couple of people pretty much indicted behind them things. But nevertheless, it didn't happen. People still talking about the Epstein files, you know, even though that's not the meat and potatoes of this whole thing, but you know, it's something to keep the people preoccupied. It's something to keep the people from not paying attention to what's going on, what's really going on. And what's really going on is that it's lucky that these people are they're losing that battle. They're losing that conflict, man. And it's going to incite, you know, more war. It's going to incite more battle and more beefing, you know. Then you got this other clown that's under Nero, Pete Hegseth. He just today he asked a military general. He actually requested that a few of them step down since this regime has been in office, you know, since this administration has been in office. He's asked a few different military generals to step down, you know. They're not performing in a manner that, you know, they're not performing in a manner that they deem high level, so to speak. But this is 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So man, we watching the end of this man's era. We watching the end of his kingdom. You know, we witness how not to rule. You know, we've watched. We've been underneath this wicked system, and we've seen the wrong way to govern, man. We've seen the wrong way to rule. We've seen the wrong way of upholding and implementing laws and keeping the laws that you put down. So this is why, you know, the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is his law, statute, and commandments, man. They, you know, they actually are the supreme law, man, of the world. But, you know, the world is given to the hands of the wicked. Salakia. So that's Job 9:24. So, you know, the world has been under these Edomites' rule, spearheaded by Amalek, the head of the Edomites, which is just small so-called Jews. They're small hats, top wicked elite bankers. So you'll watch. We actually witnessed how not to govern a kingdom, how unjust laws. We see how that looks. You know, we seen corruption at its pinnacle. You know, we seen all the wickedness that these people are capable of. You know, this is Wisdom of Solomon 6:1 in the GNT. So then, you kings, you rulers, the world over, listen to what I say and learn from it. Verse 2, you govern my lands and are proud that so many people are under your rule. And they are, you know, They boast. They walk with their chest puffed up. They say the most craziest, wickedest things. You know. Right now you have Nero. He you know, he's the biggest asshole you've ever seen. You know. He's like a certified retard. You know. He's yellow bus status. You know. And the things that he say is just so ridiculous, so far out ridiculous that you kind of look at it like, you kind of look at it as comedy. You know, people tend to, you gotta have some people that look at it and laugh and not pay too much attention to it. Then you got people who actually, you know, take what, like, listen to what he's saying and dissecting it. This dude is a madman. You know, he's talking crazy, like how he's gonna straight up obliterate the Iranians and all sorts of nonsense, man. When in actuality, you're losing. You know, he's perpetrating a fraud the whole time of, you know what I'm saying, the whole time since this thing started. He's just been perpetrating a fraud. He's been lying, scheming, and lies on top of lies, lies on top of lies. And, you know, he's bullying, you know, these media outlets here in Babylon. He, you know, the major ones. He's bullying them into, you know, spewing the same rhetoric, same nonsense. You know, like he has this. He had put out a order. Like if you he had put out an order a while back. If any part of the media, you know, talks against what he say, he was gonna, I believe, pull their licensing or something like that. He's gonna somehow he was gonna get at them through their licensing, and you know, and you got, you know, these mainstream media. A lot of them are scared, man. Like, you know, they scared that they'll get their licensing yanked when they come up for renewal. So, you know, they tend to spew that rhetoric. This is verse 3. This is Wisdom of Solomon 6:3 in the GNT. I read 2 again. You govern my lands and are proud that so many people are under your rule. But this authority has been given to you by the Lord, Yahweh Most High. He will examine what you have done and what you plan to do. So I don't know why these people think they're not being watched at all times, man. They not even in control of the things that they're doing. You know, the Most High controls this all. You know, Isaiah 45:7. You know, he said, I create the light, I create the darkness. You know, he created good and evil. You know, so he consistently talks about a balance. So, you know, within that balance is good and evil. You know, he controls your thoughts, man. Is there evil not in the city? That evil that's being done in the city and the Lord hasn't done it, you know? So he controls all. He knows all. If you're not making your own decisions out here, you think you may be making your own decisions. You think you have free will. You thinking you're doing something that, you know, you thought of. Nah, that's the Lord working on you. That's the Lord putting that spirit on you. So the Lord put the spirit of, he put a demon on. He like he got a demon like all up in Nero, man. So you starting to you always see it, like you always see that thing manifest too, man. Like, so dude think he's working on his own accord, but you know the Most High controls this script, and he's going to examine everything that, you know what I'm saying, all things that we do. He examines it, man. You know, and when it's time to get, you know, stand before that judgment seat, you know, you're gonna be held accountable for the things you've done down here. This is verse 4. You rule on behalf of power. You rule on behalf of God and his kingdom. And if you do not govern justly, if you do not uphold the law, if you do not live according to God's will, you will suffer sudden and terrible punishment. Judgment is especially severe on those in power. So, these Edomites, they're going to get it, man. They're going to get it, man. These Edomites, you know what I'm saying? Those that don't get scorched in that nuclear fire and by the laser beams from them chariots, all y'all going into captivity, man. And all the ones that do, you're gonna be born again in the kingdom to be placed in captivity, man. You're going, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna pay for all the wickedness that you've done, all the lives you destroyed here. You destroyed the earth. Or you destroying the earth. You've killed and maimed all, you know what I'm saying, pretty much all of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's creatures, the things that he's made, you know what I'm saying? You've taken into your hands to destroy, These people are the wicked, man. They are the devil that the Bible speak of. These are only people that sit there and hunt down a bear, cut the bear's head off, hang it up on his mantelpiece, and then, either wear the bear's skin, eat the bear meat, or put that bear like as a rug on his, in his living room, in front of his fireplace. This is not a decent human being we talking about here. We talking about Esau, Edom. We talking about the wicked. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the devil himself, man, the deceiver, the ones, the people that in Job 9:24 they cover up the faces of the judges thereof. These people, you know what I'm saying? They committed a fraud, and they got to pay for all their wickedness, all their evil deeds, man. And you starting to see how wicked these people are, because of the internet, man. The internet is allowing all this traffic, man. Everybody has a cell phone. Everybody's taking pictures. Everybody's taking videos. Everybody got some type of social media account, and all these things are being uploaded, man. Your evils, your deeds, your wickedness is all being displayed for the world to see, man. And you can't help yourself because, you are a savage. You are the beast, man. You are that wild man that crept that bottom of caves, man. To steal the people's heritage, to steal the people's lineage, identity theft, man. These people are the wicked, man. Can't wait till Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai destroys this place, man. This place is, this place this shit ain't fun, man. You know what I'm saying? The mirth is gone. Like this place is the land of wickedness, man. The borders of wickedness, man. Here, and over there in our land, man. Where those imposters perpetrate a fraud. More identity theft, man. But it's all to show us, man, how to rightfully judge these things, how to rightfully go about administering the law. All these things we have to go through, man, is just to see and know that we fucked up, and when the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai comes back, man, we'll have an opportunity to do it the right way, to rule the world in righteousness, and he'll reprogram us, man, so we'll never be able to go off again, man. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So we get to watch we get to watch how wickedness is ruling, man, and we getting to watch a downfall of wickedness. This is Proverbs 2, and I'm gonna read 14 and 15 in the NLT. They take pleasure in doing wrong. They enjoy the twisted ways of evil. Their actions are crooked and their ways are wrong. And that's these people, man. That's these Edomites, man. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter big or small, young or old, An Edomite is an Edomite, man. You know, they take pleasure in doing wickedly, man. They take pleasure in doing wrong, man. They take pressure. I mean, they take pleasure in oppression. You know, they take pleasure in doing things that are an abomination to the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, and they're like a disease, man. If you're not in these scriptures, man, that disease can actually affect you, man. It can infect you. You know, like they've infected the heathen nations, man. The heathens are you know, they fucked up in their own ways, man. But you know, they actually infected the heathens with their disease, you know. So you know, everybody is running around out here. If you're not grounded in these scriptures according to the true doctrine of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, given to you through the men of GMS, like you pretty much running around here, you know what I'm saying, just bugged out, man. You running around here not knowing for real, not knowing what's really going on, man. And you're subjected to these heathens, and you're subjected to Esau's wickedness, and you just don't see how much it's affecting you because you're living in it. You know what I'm saying? You haven't taken that step back from it. The only way you take that step back from it and be able to see what it is for what it is, and be able to you know, deflect it, is by having this doctrine. This is Isaiah. Let me see. Isaiah 29 and 15 and 16. Give me one sec. Isaiah 29. Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? See, they think that they just gonna be doing all these things and nobody's taking account. Even if we weren't to take an account of it, the Most High Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is taking account. They taking an account for the things that you've doing. Each time you do something wicked, another notch go on the scoreboard for you, man. So you're not getting away with nothing, man. And we all see your dirty deeds, and we all bringing it to the courthouse, man. Cause you on trial, Esau Edom. You know what I'm saying? And we building a case against you, man. And you have no lawyer, man. You don't have a mediator, man. Our mediator is Yahweh Shai. You don't have a mediator, man. You representing yourself in court, man. And you know what they say about a person that represents themselves in court, man. So, you know, your time is up, bruh. All you Edomites, your time is up, man. And rightfully so, man. It's like the earth has had enough of you, you know. Edomite fatigue, you know. This is verse 16, Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, nor shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. So, you know, these people think they actually, you know, in the power seat, man. They think they are the Most High, man. They think that they, you know, that they are the creators, you know. But, you know, that's that delusion the Most High put on them, man. And we watching that delusion crumble. we watching it all crumble, man, and it's a beautiful thing, man. And, like, we're seeing how really disorganized these people are, man. Even when they appear to be organized, they're not, man. You know, and we witness it because, you know, Nero's a bumbling fool, man. He's a bumbling idiot, and he's botching this whole thing, man. You know, at least somebody else would have made it look good, you know. At least somebody else would have made it look good. This dude, he got, like, but that's the spirit the Lord put on him, man. And that's why the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is on his way to, you know what I'm saying, to return and just hand this place, you know what I'm saying, hand this place over, man. You know what I'm saying, we about to come back into the power seat, man. We about to come back into rulership, man. And we're gonna do it underneath a righteous government, man. You know, just gotta keep playing our parts, man. Keep doing what we're supposed to be doing, and watch this man, you know, crumble. Watch him fall, you know. His own tongue gonna condemn himself, man. So that's what we watching, man. The whole time he thinks he's in control. He thinks he's willing the power. He thinks he's sitting in the power seat and making things happen. Nah, man. This is what the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai wants you to do. So you ain't gonna be able to do nothing else but what he wants you to do. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to watch. This is Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So, you know, all things are created by the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Even these wicked bastards, you know. But it's just something that we have to see, man. Something that we have to go through. Something we have to witness. You know, this is our last captivity. This was a punishment, man. So we wasn't supposed to be sitting here living our best life. We were supposed to be sitting here taking instructions. You know, sitting back, watching and learning on how not to go about ruling over people. Rehearsing the righteous acts, so that when we when we get perfected, you know, we'll be all perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? And we will know how to govern the right way. We will know how to administer law in the right fashion. This is verse 5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. So, you know, these people think they can just gonna go around, you know, committing all sorts of heinous acts and atrocities and abominations, you know, and they think they're gonna be able to do it forever, man. They think they're not ever gonna face judgment. They think they're never gonna be punished for their actions. This is Psalms 52. And I'm going to read verses 2 through 9. They tongue deceiveth mischief like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Salah. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. I'm gonna read up to verse 5, and that'll be it. Power, God, shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. Shalah. So, you know, all of Esau's and these heathen nations, man, particularly Esau and their boastful wickedness, man. They wickedly boast about the things they do, about the things they have, you know, They take pride in oppression. They take pride in hurting people who don't have anything. You know, the meek, the poor. They take great pride in that treachery. You know, they take great pride in their worshiping of pagan images, pagan gods. You know, pagan deities. They take great pride in that, man. They take pride in their pagan holidays. You know. But they don't know, man. The Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, when he comes back, man, he's gonna handle every last one of them, man. And 2/3 of our people for being just as wicked, man, saying that these heathens can make it, man. Saying that these heathens can partake in what's rightfully ours. You gotta be one special, simple ass nigga to think that, man. I don't know what you're reading. I don't know what you're reading, man. You most likely you took a bag, man, because to read these scriptures and you not dealing with these wacky tacky Christians, and you read the scripture and you understand what the scriptures are saying. There's no way you can come out. There's no way that you come up with that. You know what I mean? Like, that shit don't even make no sense. The heathens are going into captivity, man. Esau is going to hardcore slavery. Period. And after 1,000 years, man, we're gonna be done with Esau, man. A day without an Edomite, man. Can't wait for that, man. And put all these heathens, you know, in their rightful positions, man, underneath the true biblical Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachahak Radash, Abad Bobo.